Hey guys, it's Vanyazo back again with another Card Fight Vanguard unboxing video. I hope you guys enjoy. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and donate to the Patreon. And let's get started. So, this time I don't necessarily have the box to open as much as I just have the deck. So I'm gonna go from least to greatest, and afterwards I'll go from least to greatest from grades, and then I'll just describe my feelings about the deck afterwards. So right now I'm gonna put a picture of the box somewhere on the thing. So now we're starting off with our triggers. First we have 4 copies of Spear Magus, our heal trigger, aka just the normal thing that it is not required in a deck, but if you don't have it, you're kind of screwed. 4 draw triggers, one with a really nice foiling, and why I probably will never take out the draw trigger, even though I don't really care about them. 4 copies of Psychic Bird. The thing that's original form was just shoving a soul and draw. Yeah, I actually prefer this version over it, considering that even though it's a vanilla, it still gives a lot more power, and I love its art now. And then finally, 4 copies of our last crit, Oracle Guardian Nike. So 8 crit, 4 draw. Very unique way of setting it up. I'm pretty sure the original Oracle Think Tank trial deck was similar, except different. Let's see. Starting Vanguard, Logins Magus. Or Logins, yeah, whatever. So when it's wrote upon, it's the standard draw 1 card. Pretty easy. It also has a combo with the grade 1 in this deck. And when I say combo, I mean literally it's rated on the grade 1 card. It can be used as a certain order with Logins. 3 copies of Wheel Crane. So 10k shield, 6k power. When you when you draw a card, put this unit into the soul. If you pay the cost, you can choose 2 of your rear guards and they get plus 10k to the end of the turn. This does not count towards reveal effects. So essentially, when you draw a card, give power to rear guards, and that can be very helpful considering you draw a lot of cards in this deck. And I'm pretty sure that counts for draw triggers too, so if you rest a rear guard, you can just redo it again. I never tried that, now I want to, for many reasons. Now, Root Magus RPG, and if you don't know what that is, essentially, when it's placed on guard, it has no shield value at all, but when it's placed on Guardian Circle, you can discard a hand card. If you do, pick a unit, and for the rest of this battle, it cannot be hit, no matter how high the power. So 70,000 attack, you can stop it easily just by discarding 1. And then 3 copies of Ripus Magus. So 10k shield, 8k power. When it attacks, when it boosts, if you have a Vanguard with makes sense card name, the boosted unit gets plus 5k to the end of the battle. Which is really useful because that's a 13k boost essentially. And you're always going to have a Magus Vanguard anyways, probably. And then finally, 4 copies of the very last grade 1 and a thing that is a combo with Logins Magus, or at least according to its card text, Core Magus. When placed, look at the top 2 cards of your deck, put them at the top in any order you wish. So you can essentially deck stack for triggers and non-triggers. And then it says, when written on Logins Magus, activate their abilities in any order you wish. So you can essentially either activate this thing first, or you can activate Logins first, which allows you to do anything. My voice feels horrible right now. Next up, Miko of Spiritual Light. 4 copies of it. Okay, if I could just pick up that would be nicely. Okay, 5k shield, 8k power. When you draw a card, counterblast 1, and it gets plus 10k to the end of the turn. Now once per turn, you draw a lot in this deck. If you happen to set this up on your grade 2 turn, this thing will probably get like 20,000 power. And if you stack it with Wheel Crane, that would be like 30,000. So essentially, it's like getting an Imaginary Gift Force and a Protect deck, which I guess is useful in some ways, but I don't really tend to use it because this deck is counterblast heavy, so it's not really like it's helping me. Next up, 4 copies of Rectangle Magus, our Ace Grade 2, as you can see by the shiny foiling. 5k shield, 9k power. When placed on Rearguard Circle, not Vanguard. Originally I thought it was Vanguard 2, but it's only Rearguard. Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1. Look at 2 cards from the top of the deck. put them at the top of your deck in any order that you shall wish, and draw one. So it's like core, but a step farther. And well, it's like core and Lodges combined, but with the cost, so I guess it's okay. And then when your drive check reveals a trigger unit, this unit gets plus 5k to the end of the turn. That is really useful because that means if your drive check reveals a trigger, it essentially means two triggers. Well, one trigger gives 15k power, and if you give it to it, it's just plus 15k power. So that could be useful, and it could make like 1 to pass shots turn into, I guess, 2 to pass shots really easily. 2 to pass shots to 1 to pass easily. Then Battle Sister or Jetta, our final grade 2. No shield value, but 10k, 12k base, aka the heavy hitter of all protected Excel decks, and has no shield value whatsoever. When I build my deck, I will never use that card. 4 copies of Miko, the Treasured Sword, Shizuki, Act, Rearguard Circle, once per turn. It also has Imaginary Gift Protect, by the way. And if you don't know what that is, I'll explain what that is later. So Counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1 on Rearguard Circle. When you draw a card, and pick 3 units in your front row, and they get plus 10k to the end, 5k to the end of the turn. I still have yet to learn this thing skill because I rarely do use this card. But it's essentially... Oh no, it's Counterblast 2, Soul Blast 1. So, and I'm never going to use that for the same reason I would never use Miko. It's just because it's too much of a Counterblast cost, and this deck does use a lot of Counterblast already. Finally, 4 copies of our last grade 3, and frankly our main one. Hexagonal Magus. Imaginary Gift Protect. Once more I'll explain what that is after this one. Vanguard Circle. When placed, Counterblast 1, look at top 2 cards of your deck, put them in any order you shall wish, and draw one. So it's like Rectangle Magus, but is restricted to Vanguard Circle. And then when you... And don't forget, that's when it's placed. I often... Because I get the Protect first, so I often actually forget that skill exists, and sometimes I will actually forget to do it, because I don't remember. The Protect is more valuable to me than the stacking of the deck. And then finally, Vanguard or Rearguard Circle, when your drive check reveals a trigger, this unit gets plus 5k. So it's just like Rectangle Magus, except it can also be used on Vanguard Circle or Rearguard Circle as well, whatever you choose to call that. And it just makes it more useful because that means it can get more power anywhere. Total 30,000 power from just 2 triggers, which is amazing. And then finally, our gifts. So in the trial deck, you get 3 imaginary gift protects. So, and one with the really nice art of just Hexagonal Magus, and then like the generic ones. So, here's what it does. When acquired, put into your hand. It's the only gift marker that goes to your hand, and not the Rearguard Circle. It's a Sentinel, by the way, so it acts as a complete guard. So obviously you can guess what the remaining skill is. When placed on Guardian Circle, discard a card from your hand, nullify the attacking card's attack, which makes it completely useful. And then afterwards, it goes back in your gift zone. So it's essentially the only gift in a trial deck that you can go place, return back to your gift zone, and then keep getting it back. So essentially, this is the only trial deck that has infinite gifts, to an extent. And then finally, the other things that you get from this trial deck is you get this nice Misaki Tokura how to play Vanguard thing, but you all probably know how to play Vanguard if you're here, or you can just go check out one of my videos, and then you can see that for yourself. And then finally, we get this Neato playmat. Everything. And then... Finally, how to play the deck. Some intro on Misaki Tokura, the player of the deck. Some of the cards in this deck that are really good. And then, like, either next trial decks or how to boost it up. So, yeah. Well, I'm going to end it here. I hope you guys enjoyed. I frankly enjoyed this deck because I got it for Christmas from a really good friend of mine. And I wanted this, if YouTube happens to kick me out as, like, everyone else gets kicked out, I was really glad that I got to film this, and I can't wait to post this. So I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and donate Patreon. I'll see you all in the next one. Don't forget to check us out.